Alright, this is the introduction to a new video. A react video, if you will. And I'm introducing it. I like Think Before You Sleep's content, overall. I definitely think you should give him a watch. He does a lot of stuff. This one's pretty interesting. But what I want to do is take a look at this one, because I had no idea this was happening.
Nose ring theory confirmed?
Maybe. But, I'm really confused about what's going on here. I haven't watched this video yet, and I saw it, I was just scrolling his channel and I found that, and I was like, oh, that seems interesting, so we'll do a reaction to it. I'll take a look, and we will see. 5 days ago, so who knows?
Wow, we have Muslim white women harems before G.
I mean, not that old. That was, I think that goes back to the Ottoman Empire. So, yeah, no, this isn't a relatively new phenomenon, except this time it's more willing conversion instead of at the sword. That's really the only difference.
Okay, yeah, but that was forced.
Yeah. Well, I mean, point still stands. White girl hijabs. All right, let's see how this goes.
I think one of my favorite things that I've learned so far as I'm reading the Quran is that technically I'm a Muslim.
Why would you open with this? Oh, I feel my brain leaking already. Is it too late to turn back? Okay, let's steel ourselves and get ready. Here we go.
I don't know why it makes me so happy.
And I wonder what Muslims think about
Like,
her.
technically I'm a Muslim because I believe in God and I strive to be a good person. I can't wait to throw so many people for a loop.
Oh, she is so happy that she can use this to get attention.
Immediately called out. Immediately. And I agree 100%. I think, I don't think there's anything genuine about what she's saying there. I think it's all performative. Like, look at me, look how great I am. All a big virtue signal. Oh, well. Oh, I guess for anyone watching, sorry if I'm particularly low energy. The little man's war on sleep continues, and that includes my sleep.
That was the simplest statement that wraps up the video, LO.
Yeah, it really does. He could have stopped right there. But I hope he compiled more of this, because, you know, I can... Maybe a bit of cringe will wake me up. Like I said, the little man's war on sleep continues. That 8-month sleep regression. Ooh. I've been up since 8 p.m. my time. It's now 6:22 a.m. I only slept 3 hours. When you're a parent, sleep becomes a lot harder. Anyway.
Look at that smile. That's the smile of someone who is going for the clout. And ever since the whole Free
Good.
Palestine
Nearly done with the jet lag.
Woo.
campaign gave Islam good PR, a number of leftist women, ironically leftist women, have been jumping to become Muslim, like how every wokie announced they were trans.
Oh, those two sides are going to be clashing. One or two things is going to happen. Either homophobia is going to come back, or Islam might get a lot more progressive. It's one or the other. Someone's getting henpecked. Someone's getting henpecked or converted. I haven't figured out which is more likely yet.
Make homophobia based again?
I don't know. Like this seems like it'd be this is another one of those Al Capone gets arrested for tax evasion situations. It's like, well, I guess that's the outcome that is just, but how we got there really.
Honestly, the way the left destroyed the churches with their bull, I doubt the Muslims would tolerate.
I have no idea. I do think it's kind of dumb for them to do this, though. Anyway, let's continue.
When people started getting a bunch of undeserved praise for it.
I reverted on the 6th of September.
You know, considering they kill infidels, unlike Christians.
Yes, true. I will say, social media is it's absolutely terrible for weak-minded people. My goodness. I'll do anything for the head pats, you know? Online updates and head pats. Including, you know, joining a religion that fundamentally disagrees with my my culture.
I guess she doesn't want liberation.
Oh, apparently not.
Where is her feminism?
South Korea, I guess. My goodness. All my boys in South Korea. I feel your pain. Keep fighting the good fight.
It was and is all a LARP.
It always was. It was never real. Feminism has never been real. It's always been about ruining good women so they don't get good men. That's always what it's been. Anyway,
2024. I grew up Christian. My whole family is Christian. And then I met some friends in work who are Muslim, and they kind of introduced me to the religion. Then I was in Morocco and I saw a TikTok about the Day of Judgment. I just started crying and I was like, I can't.
She got converted by TikTok? What is this world coming to? Oh man. I'm tired.
Die and not be Muslim.
Look at that. She's getting more attention from her friend group. Notice the British accent. I'm sure that's not a coincidence. She also gets tons of attention on social media, and she even gets to have a coming out story.
When I was first learning about Islam, I hid it quite a bit. I was initially very nervous about telling any of my family. I actually was in the car with my sister. I started speaking to her and I was like, I'm not gonna lie to you. And I started speaking and she was like, you want to revert? And I was like, yeah. Alhamdulillah, she had a lovely reaction and was just kind of like, obviously I'll support you, whatever you want to do.
Oh, this is so cringe. Oh, this is so cringe. So cringe.
Of course, her sister was supportive. All they do is support.
I'm gonna bust a blood vessel on this one. My goodness. Oh.
Support, they're awful.
I don't think she fully understands Islam.
Women.
Haha, you go, girl.
Yeah. Thanks for the follow, Snicker. That was great timing. But yeah, no, I don't think she understands Islam. If she like so readily converted like that.
Perfect timing, Snicker.
Anyway, moving right along.
Is this not just the LGBT stuff all over again, including the violent radicalism?
A lot of the prejudice and the misconceptions that you may have aren't actually Islam. If you actually looked into Islam yourself, the core values at the heart of it, you would actually find that it is beautiful and it doesn't condone any of the negative things that you see.
Oh, okay. Well, as long as you say, no, seriously, guys, the religious texts say this stuff is bad, I can just ignore all the violent extremism that comes from Muslims.
If you don't remove...
Wait, what?
Like throwing gays off buildings, lol.
Yeah? Wow. No. If I just look at all the things that the text says is bad, and I can just ignore all the bad behavior that I see. Even, clearly she has not read the Quran. Smite the kafar, stuff like that. Mm?
Reacception we got here a lot.
Oh, yeah, no, this is like Omega React. Asmongold reacting to someone reacting to Asmongold reacting to Yara. Oh no.
Move extremists and radicals from your community, you become defined by them.
Right.
Yep.
If there are a bunch of extremists or bad actors in your group and you do nothing to stop them or try to sidestep criticism like that British girl did, then I'm just going to assume it's because you agree with the radicals. Certainly if these extremists were acting in a way that's against your group's core values, then I would think a devout follower of a religion of peace would be jumping to call them out and try to teach them the error of their ways. But after going through this girl's social media, I can find zero content where she does that. What a shock. Now,
why do they call it reverting to Islam? What kind of...
More like religion of peace, am I right?
A little over here, a little over there, all over the place. Yeah. She's kind of... I don't even know if I can explain it. It's like it's obviously for attention. Like you don't get that many followers. Was this Instagram or TikTok? I don't know. She picked a weird lane to get into. That's what I'm going to say.
Now, that's not to say that every Muslim is like this. In fact, there are many outspoken ones who hate the radicals, but this girl is not one of them. That being said, for close to 2 decades now, there's been a growing amount of people who desire to take their American or Western values and swap them out with what I would say are inferior values. I mean, I don't think it's outlandish to say that being able to marry and procreate with your cousin...
Memories. Where it all started. Reacting to Andrew Wilson. Calling a bunch of countries retarded.
I'm so glad he brought that up. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah. It was a good debate. Really good debate. Maybe one day I'll redux it. We'll go back and do a more full reaction. Where I'll go through and actually break down argument by argument how it actually went. But man, that was a fun one.
Hands down low.
Yeah, because like Daniel Hikikachu. I feel like I'm sneezing as I'm saying his name. This dude, he as soon as
Pikachu.
A Pikachu, yeah. Anyway, as soon as Andrew brought up the cousin marriage thing, he was locked into that argument because he had to defend it. He tried to get off of it, but at the same time, it became a case of, well, it's like he had to deflect. But historically, Andrew is correct. Where cousin marriage was outlawed, IQ tended to go up. And he said, well, that's the Flynn effect. Well, then why hasn't the Flynn effect hit the places where cousin marriage is still allowed? Come on.
He literally could not because his beloved prophet canonically married his cousin Lol.
Yep, that's right. And now, another thing that we have to consider, now that I'm thinking about it, didn't Muhammad have an encounter in a mountain with a bunch of men? You know, something to think about.
And is an inferior value by comparison to what's popular.
Wait, maybe that's why she converted. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. It's that one meme. the girl that's surrounded. That meme. Oh no.
There in the West. I'm not just talking about Islam here. There are many terrible values that legacy media and social media heads have been trying to get Americans and Westerners to adopt for a very long time now. But the latest trend that's being used to erode American values and freedoms is Islam, a group that has some serious issues with extremism and also has some incredibly oppressive beliefs that leftists, ironically leftists, have been defending by saying, look at all the peaceful ones.
I am Irish, and I am from the South, and I will wear this hijab because I wear it for Allah, not for no man, not for...
Checking my nose right now. Hold on. I might have... Oh, man. No, you don't get to talk like that. You don't get to talk like that. Not when you're doing that kind of stuff. You're from the South. You ain't from the Bible Belt South. Because,
I thought this was another Hijab of the Hutt jump scare for a moment there.
It feels like one for sure. Why aren't people getting onto him for cultural appropriation yet? Honestly, though, I think the churches are going to be better off if a lot of these ladies actually did convert. Get them out. We don't need any more henpecking. My goodness.
Oh, my. The whole thing.
The whole thing?
Is cultural appropriation.
Yeah, no, it really is, though. It's like, they can't be serious converts. They're doing this for clout. Like, oh my goodness. Got the crazy eyes, obviously wearing it wrong. Come on.
Anybody else, I wear it for Allah. This is a peaceful religion. You need to do a little Google search instead of believing everything that you hear on the news, okay?
Oh, hey, look at this.
Look what I found. Yeah. All right. This kind of very historical thing. So
much peace.
So much peace. So much peace.
So much that the Crusades happened. Nice.
Yeah. Oh my word. I mean, how many attacks have been committed in the name of that religion of peace since 2001? No.
The persecution of Christians by the Islamic State. Do you have any idea how often
This is
Christians are killed
Wikipedia.
in the Middle East or outright genocided? Where's all the Free Palestine activists on this one? And how many terrorist attacks have been committed by Muslim extremists? Now, people might say that the Bible has some messed up stuff in it. True, the Bible does. And as I was saying earlier, I'm not here to say that all Muslims agree with the behaviors of the radicals. However, the reason why I and many others don't see modern Christianity as the same as Islam is because these days you don't see mass groups of Christians in the West going around and committing terrorist attacks or telling their followers to murder the non-believers. The worst they will do is hold a protest saying that being gay is a sin, which is something Muslims also believe.
I'm a trans woman. I'm also...
With the Bible, the messed up stuff is descriptive, not prescriptive.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I took psychic damage from the opener of this one. Let's go back. I want to re-roll that. See if I endure better.
Which is something Muslims also believe.
I'm a trans...
Saying being gay is a sin isn't messed up, though, lol.
No, it's just descriptive. Anyway, the opening on this. Oh no.
woman. I'm also Muslim. Yes, the two exist.
No. No.
Transgender woman.
Oh no. Oh, I feel a migraine coming on. What is wrong with you people?
They're gonna die.
Yeah. No, they Do you realize what you signed up for?
Burning the candle on both ends, they are.
The statistical probability of survival drops quite drastically, yes. Oh my goodness. This is, there are no words. There are no words. I don't even know what to say to this other than, like, Charlie Kirk was right. Oh, man. This is a mess.
Trans ideology, life expectancy, Muslim, life expectancy.
Yeah. Yeah, no, this is all attention seeking stuff. It's like cluster B personality nonsense.
I would say like 6 to 7 years
Narcissism.
before putting on hijab, I was visibly queer, very queer.
What does that even mean?
Other queer Muslims too.
This has to be a troll. What mosque are they a part of? Because this is so stupid that I'm going to say that every one of these queer Islam videos that I found is fake. That,
Yeah,
or
it has to
they
be,
definitely
right?
aren't in a Sharia law country. Speaking of fake converting because you're an attention seeker.
Since I've started wearing the hijab, I haven't really came to you and said any good thing.
This was a mistake. I'm so sorry. We're only 4 minutes in. Lord, give me patience. For if you give me strength, my computer's going out the window. Oh no. Why?
Because to be honest, I think like coming online and bragging about your rewards or like talking about your dua and stuff like that, I just feel like it's so personal. And every time I speak about Islam online, I'm always either just telling a funny story about like me being a revert and something that's happened to me, or something someone said about me wearing the hijab.
She's clearly attention seeking and doing this for TikTok views. Everyone knows this is a huge market. Hassan Piker and all his flunkies literally promote terrorism for a living because it boosts their following and makes them a lot of money.
I do want to say, as much as I'm sharing like the negative things on people coming up to me being like, go back to your own country when I'm fully British.
Fully something. Fully emptying the skull. This is a case of a woman she has a smooth brain. No ridges or lumps. All thoughts slide right off.
She seems like she'd be fun in a mosque with her yapping. They would love her there.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, no, for real. Imagine her waking up for the call to prayer. My goodness. Yeah. No, this. I'm almost starting to think that they're taking away the people that
Love her to the point to where she would be so upset about it. Give her actual PTSD.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Third world values. Third world values.
Maybe love her all at once.
Yeah, because they wouldn't see her as actually Muslim. Or even if they did, who cares? That's just how that culture operates. Stop importing the third world.
Like, as much as I'm sharing those funny experiences, I do want to say as well, Alhamdulillah, because I can see my rewards in real time and
I don't know. Anyway, in other news, sexual violence is up in England by like 1,000%.
Something like that, yeah. Oh boy.
inshallah, I'm going to be rewarded 10 times in the next.
Okay, hang on a second. She looks remarkably unmarried. Why? Okay, she's claiming to be Muslim, but
Does she believe she'll be getting virgins too?
she'll just get infinite Clay Aiken. I don't know. That's a Jeff Dunham reference. Anyway, what is this? Why? She's unmarried and converted to Islam. Isn't that like really, really bad?
It was pretty sure women were treated as dogs in Islam, and dogs are shocked by Muslim terrorists.
The only one shocked is Kaya. I have no idea.
In the next life. Oh my god, people are going to watch this thinking like, oh, she's so brainwashed.
So I guess Islam is like this welfare system where if you wear a hijab, they give you food stamps in the next life? What a greedy-ass reason to convert to a religion. Look at this. A woman converting to Islam is like a black person converting to slavery. Yeah, it doesn't seem like the benefits are worth being treated like a second-class citizen. Well, unless you're doing this from a country like England that's still sort of westernized, for now, where you don't actually have to deal with Sharia law. But I mean, it would be a real shame if this chick dropped the act the minute it became inconvenient.
I know that this video is going to disappoint.
Oh, that's apostasy. Oh man. Oh, that's bad. Deus Volt, brothers. Oh boy.
So many people. I know the comments are going to be filled with, I'm so disappointed. I knew she was a fake Muslim. People's definitely going to be saying that. People's definitely going to be saying I used the religion for clout. They're going to be saying I knew she was going to take the hijab off, all of this stuff. I'm actually just going to have to firm the comments because genuinely I'm like actually losing my mind in a serious way. I'm always going to be a Muslim. With that being said, I will say the most I feel like I'm on deen and most connected to Allah is when it's between me and Allah. I do really, really regret telling social media, but also I know that my videos have helped so many people. So like I don't regret posting them. I'm not going to take them down because I know that they do help a lot of people, but I am also going to stop posting.
Okay. If she introduces herself as Muslim, anyone that's like even remotely familiar with it is just going to say, no, you're not. What is this? What is this nonsense?
If she's Muslim, then I'm Chinese.
Yes. What? Oh,
Spoiler
my
alert.
goodness.
I'm not Chinese.
Yeah. I'm still taking that psychic damage. It hurts a lot.
About Islam for a little while, maybe forever. I'm really unsure.
Yeah, maybe I'll just forever stop talking about this religion that I'm totally committed to. I mean, it sounds like you're an apostate. Remind me again how Muslims are supposed to treat apostates? Oh wait, I'm sorry. It's Islamophobic to point this out.
Is that just me?
Also, women were killed in Iran for taking off their hijabs.
Yep.
LOL.
His nose ring theory is starting to bear fruit in really, really unusual ways.
Disturbing to anybody else that people aren't even insulted when you call them racist anymore?
A nose ring just real.
Not insulted when you call us racist. Yeah. This has been used so often.
Maria.
Ave Maria. People aren't offended anymore when you call them racist. That, oh my goodness. Hello. Oy. All right, going back. Let's.
Sorry, it's Islamophobic to point this out.
Is that just me, or is it disturbing to anybody else that people aren't even insulted when you call them racist anymore?
It is just you, because racist doesn't mean anything anymore. Just a way to shut down conversations. Is how it's always been. I don't actually believe racism exists anymore, or I don't know if it ever did. Honestly.
Yeah, I haven't been insulted.
The definition keeps changing so much that it might as well be a non-word. If the definition was remotely consistent, maybe then I could grant it. But at this point, racist just means person I don't like. You don't even have to say anything involving race. You can just say something they don't like, and they'll call you racist. So yeah, not even. I would do this. What is it? I'm not sorry at all because.
Vroom, vroom, I race.
I can't be offended by something that isn't real. No consistent definitions. Yeah. So racism doesn't exist because it was never really a useful word. It doesn't describe anything. Anyway, yeah.
A nose ring just realized her most powerful weapon is gone. But people aren't insulted anymore because Americans have seen the extreme one-sidedness of all of this. For example, anti-Christian rhetoric is everywhere, yet none of these people are called Christophobic or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, you know the argument they say about language subjective?
If it gets too subjective, it's not real.
Well, definitions change, and so do the impact of them.
Yep. You have to have a baseline of consistency for a word to actually matter. So, yeah, I don't believe racism exists anymore, or I don't think it ever was really a thing, as far as the word goes. Maybe there could be prejudice, but racism? No, that was not real. It's not real. And I don't think I could be convinced otherwise at this point. Prejudice and bias, I think, are both real, but racism, no. We're all human. Anyway.
Or istrophobe you can come up with. And not only that, but people are waking up to the fact that the whole point of accusing everyone of being racist was just a tactic to stop criticism. Yep. Years of calling white people every name in the book for doing things that almost always weren't actually racist, followed by ignoring moments like this, really pissed off a lot of people.
I need you to mind your business because nobody was talking to you, Cracker.
That's my wife right there. I don't care.
Nobody was talking to her either.
Want to offend a pro-abortion person? Call them you. Those are the real racists.
Racism isn't real, but they are very prejudiced. Yeah, let's go back.
Ignoring moments like this really pissed off a lot of people.
I need you to mind your business because nobody was talking to you, Cracker.
That's my wife right there. I don't care.
Nobody was talking to her either. I can look wherever the fuck I want to look. Nobody want to look at your ugly ass anyway. Y'all look like y'all sit in fucking water and vinegar all day. Smell like.
What is this lady going on about? My goodness. Break the stereotypes. Talk like a normal person. I shouldn't need a translator to understand English. My goodness. I've never heard so many words with so little substance before. Oh, that's not entirely true. But, I mean, this is getting close.
Wet
What you
fucking
do is
dog.
you
Look at the dog here. Look at
You
it.
correct it.
Look.
All right.
To be honest, I'm not really concerned with this kind of prejudice. I really don't care if people say mean things that are racist. The actual prejudice that I'm concerned about.
Eubonics, eubonics, ubonics, ubonics, ugonics, ugonics.
I think you broke the TTS. Bunga bunga indeed, though.
Is this.
This idea that people like to spout that Muslims want to kill anybody who's not Muslim, that is not a Muslim belief.
This is a lie. The Quran.
Yep. Believers. Smite the kafar.
Encourages the killing of non-Muslims multiple times.
As a matter of fact, from our Quran, it says if you kill one person, it is as if you have killed all of mankind. So if you think that I'm going to send myself to hell because I care so much about what you're doing, I hate to break it to you, baby, but I don't give a damn. If you want to be a cat, a bat.
Why do you talk like this? What?
The way she said, Quran lol.
Yeah, no, this is like when Hillary Clinton gave that speech to a bunch of black people. No, stop it. Get some help. My goodness.
A Buddhist, a Baptist, a monk, it don't matter to me. That is between you and God. I'm not about to throw myself into the fiery pits of hell trying to save you. I'm trying to save me.
Yeah, so here's the problem with that. The extremists don't consider non-Muslims to be people.
Yeah.
I'm guessing she's talking about the Quran chapter 5, verses 32 through 34, where it does say that killing a person is like killing all of mankind, but it also says that if you make war with Allah and his messenger and strive to create disorder, which can easily be interpreted as, if you criticize Islam, they get to kill you. You can't make this shit up. The passage she is quoting to call Islam a religion of peace is literally telling you to crucify people who go against Muslim ideology. Now, those of you who might fight me on my interpretation, here's a Muslim saying that not implementing Sharia law is war with Allah and his messenger, and it's okay to use violence against people who refuse it.
Britain is Darul Haram because they are, anathema to God's law. They're not implementing it. They're violating His sanctity, and therefore, this is war against Allah and His messenger. But
if you eat pork, you're an enemy. Oh,
we are not allowed to actually fight them here at the current time. So we are, propagating Islam.
At the current time.
At the current time, if they,
will there
if
be
there's
a time?
Well, Eric, we are not like the Christians.
yummers.
If you hit me on the left cheek, I'm not going to hit you my right cheek. I'm going to defend myself. So at the moment, we're propagating Islam peacefully. But if they attack us, we have a right to defend ourselves.
What if they don't attack, but say you get numbers, you get strength, say Muslims became a majority in Great Britain, then would there be a cause for offensive jihad?
If we have enough authority and we have enough power, we are obliged as Muslims to take the authority away from the people who have it and implement the Sharia. Now,
no wonder they hate us.
Yeah, makes sense. So tired. We're importing this. Why? Can we just... No more immigration. No more. No more legal or illegal. Just all immigration stop. Undo all visas.
Because
no more
they vote
visas.
for Dems.
They only allow spouses to stay. Everyone else, go away.
I have immigration fatigue. Lol.
I have third world fatigue. My goodness. This is incompatible with Western values. Oh man. Even this.
There is no baby. It's all bathwater.
It's been sitting there for months. We made sure there was no baby in there on the first day. Get rid of it. There's no positive value here at all.
I hope that can come in a very peaceful way. I hope that we can do that in a way, where there's no bloodshed.
There he is, openly admitting that he would use violence against people who refuse to convert, and likely only prefers peace at the moment because there aren't enough Muslims in the West to make violence an effective tactic. Again, I will say that there are some messed up things in the Bible. Certainly Christianity has its dark points, but the issue with Islam is the massive number of people who are currently radicalized by the dark points of the Quran and are willing to use violence against people who believe something different. This is something that does not describe modern Christianity. Which brings us to this article from the New York Post. Qatar pumping tens of billions into universities. This is from a Qatar family that's tied to the Muslim Brotherhood, which is a group that supports a terrorist organization called Hamas. So what a shock.
College is now designed to make you dumber. I actually think that's been true for a while, though. As soon as agreeableness became the determinant factor as to whether or not you do well in college, it was already cooked. What
if the Muslims are teaching.
Yeah? Well, why are we... What is the average IQ of Qatar? Why am I having to look this up? Qatar is not known for being very smart, is my understanding. How do you spell it? Qatar? So tired. I'm so tired. 78 to 81. Okay. I don't believe the online test things, and I don't believe Raven's progressive metrics. So, the 78 to 81. That sounds correct. Yeah. Nope. Yep, that was Grok.
Grok.
Yeah. Why are we allowing foreign funding to colleges? Honestly, shut down all education at this point. It is so cooked. There's nothing to save anymore. We need to get rid of it. All schools gone, please. That might save the West. It might.
Shock, you have a family of Hamas supporters donating billions of dollars to American colleges, and now we have a bunch of college students coming out in support of terrorism. By the way, the Palestinians aren't the biggest fans of Hamas. That's because Hamas is busy killing any Palestinian who opposes them, and they're busy hiding food during a famine.
Yep. This is why my position on that was I am against Hamas. Among all the things, I do not like Hamas, but I also have a hard time feeling bad for Palestine as a whole because they elected Hamas. Now, I don't know if it was under duress. If it was, then I'll feel bad for him, but oh my goodness.
Real? I'm just against Hamas.
Yeah, no, for real. I just don't like Hamas. If you can have that two-state solution and get rid of Hamas, I'll be fine with that. I don't care. But you know, Hamas is bad. Hamas is very bad. They hit American resources. So why would you defend them? They're freedom fighters. They're fighting oppression against New Jersey in the Middle East, effectively.
And they sound like hummus, which makes me sad because I like hummus.
Yeah, forgot about that.
I mean, is this funding also a contributor to the large amount of antinatalism that's been spreading?
I straight up see pregnancy as an act of
antinatalism. Right. That's actually the logical conclusion of care harm morality. So if you are someone who subscribes to care harm, you will ultimately end up in antinatalism. It's a logical conclusion. Christian ethics is strictly superior.
Of like self-harm. If you're posting that you're pregnant, I pretty much think that you hate yourself. I legit am not happy when someone posts that they're pregnant.
Wow.
I think if there's any ideology, I am the antithesis of it's antinatalism.
Yeah. Well, it's basically pushing for extinction, which isn't really a smart idea, because we don't like it when the Tasmanian tiger goes extinct, but humans, oh no, we're fine with that. Humans are the worst. They impose their will over nature and all that other stuff, which makes humans the bad because they oppress nature or whatever. Never take a leftist seriously, ever. Their logic comes from nothing. They basically have no brain. They have default positions and AI scripting. I think being left-wing is akin to being schizophrenic at this point. That's how far I have lost faith in the left. I used to just think they were wrong. Now I think they're crazy.
Actually, instills fear in me. I'm like, oh my.
For some reason, it's environmentalists, feminists, globalists, and Thanos who are anti-natalists.
I don't even think Thanos was anti-natalist. He was just really dumb with his approach. Anyway.
Oh my God, I'm so scared. I'm so scared for you.
Yeah, that's great. Considering their rhetoric, I'm sure radical Islam would love to use violence to take over the non-believers, but they know they can't defeat countries like America with military force. Recent events in the Middle East are strong proof that radical Muslims can't do shit against modern weapons. So they know they can't defeat the U.S. military with force, so their plan is to invade the West and outbreed Westerners. They say stuff like this constantly.
One day we can have a Muslim majority nation here in Canada. Right in your face.
Would you like to see Sharia law in Canada replace Canadian law?
At some point
Everyone,
it will.
My advice to you is to have babies.
Because we have families, we are making babies. You're not. Your population is going down the...
Yeah, a lot of these guys don't realize that what they're doing though is actively pushing against them because their own children buy into the same propaganda after it only lasts for 1 or 2 generations. It doesn't carry over, especially whenever you good grief.
Affordability is cope. You don't need childcare if you're a stay-at-home mom.
Yeah, affordability is cope, but it is a factor. I get it. If you're not willing to struggle for what's good, then maybe you're not good. But hey, it's okay. It's easier not to have kids. That's why I call it an indulgent lifestyle. Life's a lot easier without kids. But it's not as fulfilling. You know, part of fulfillment, I think, is duty. And what greater duty is there than the responsibility to a child?
Well, it's not okay as in it's not good, but it's okay for us because we will have kids anyway.
Yeah.
What gets me is that these anti-natalists try to push their ideology onto others.
It's a utilitarian ethics subset. So, okay. Care harm morality says you maximize pleasure, minimize harm, right? In order for you to have zero harm, you must never exist. So, by having a child, you are introducing new suffering into the world. That's the whole argument.
Sounds like hedonism to me.
It is. That's why atheists really can't maintain society. I genuinely think that if you don't have kids, you shouldn't be able to vote. Like, that's where I'm at. If you're not married with kids, no vote. No vote. I actually don't like voting at all. So, but if we have to have voting, it needs to be qualified. This universal suffrage thing is not working.
Slump, right? And by 2060, according to Pew Research Institute, Muslims will be the biggest religious group the world over.
I think Muslims shouldn't be able to vote.
I used to, it was haram. I don't know what changed there. I think it became tactically advantageous to vote. That's why they decided to start voting. Also, the Pew Research doesn't do a great job understanding what it is. It's going to be in 2060 if they maintain current immigration rates. The problem is that the birth rate decline happens as generations over generations. So it's a weird side effect of moving to like one of these countries because the pressures of two income households is extremely high, and it's really, really hard to be a 1 income household. That's just how it is. But hey, you know, I'll let them think that they're winning. The sad reality is that how they're acting is making everyone hate them, which is going to make getting more people into the US way harder. It's also probably going to spark some major backlash. So, you know, but I can't say because that would upset Zohran Mamdani's aunt.
What are you going to do then? Actually, are you going to oppose Sharia even then?
So they're open and talking about how they want to change the culture of Western countries to their religion and to Sharia law. And then you have college leftists calling you a racist when a travel ban gets put on Islamic countries that are full of people who are saying death to America and who are talking about how they want to conquer the West. How many Americans were defending these people because they were indoctrinated by college propaganda paid for by Qatar? Why is it even legal for universities to accept massive amounts of money from foreign agencies in the first place?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. But also, why do people support immigration? Like, really, I don't understand the support for it at all. Like, if you're not one of these like major business owners, why are you supporting immigration? It's against your own best interest to support it.
Also, why do people support colleges?
Because I guess debt is fun. Nothing's more fun than being in debt, I guess. And young and stupid go together for a very good reason. Complete lack of wisdom. Maybe we should move the minimum voting age to 35. Just start there. And then we can do other qualified suffrage things. I'm so tired. I'm so tired. Democracy is a mistake. It doesn't work. By design, it caters to the mediocre. And then we slowly get brain drained because there's no incentive to be excellent.
I think the minimum voting age should be the same as the minimum age requirement to run.
35. Yeah.
Especially ones that have values that are hostile towards our own. I guarantee you that you guys aren't mad enough about this stuff.
I need to talk to you about something super serious, and it's this right here. Like, burning the American flag. It's just, wallahi, it's a beautiful sight, but it's not enough. We need to burn down every capitalist and imperial.
They use these words, but I don't think they mean what they think it means. imperialist and capitalist. First off, I don't subscribe to the word capitalism at all. That is a Marxist term. I prefer free enterprise and free markets as the term. Secondly, imperialism.
Him down for some imperialism.
I don't understand why that's a bad thing necessarily. I guess it's because of the wars that broke out over it, maybe, or they see it as exploitation or whatever. Do they not understand the political reality of everything? Comes down to
Let's go.
Comes down to the simple principle: might makes.
Rome was a great empire.
Yeah, but no, might makes. There's no follow up to that. Might makes. When you remove God from the equation, that's all you have. Might, because right and wrong don't exist.
Especially after it was Christianized by Constantine.
Yeah, the Nicene Council. I don't get these people, leftists in general. They use these buzzwords as though they mean something, and then they refuse to explain them. And then when they do explain them, and then you call them out on being inconsistent, they move the goalposts every time. There's always like this no true Scotsman fallacy that they always pull up. It's never been done before the way that we want it to be done, so we should keep trying to do it, even though every time it's been tried, it keeps failing spectacularly. You get Pol Pot, Stalin, Mao, all these monsters, and you still want to keep trying it? Was Hugo Chavez not bad enough? No. If you want to be logical, you have to be right wing. There is nothing left on the left for anyone with rational sense. Honestly, it's all emotions based.
I think we should attack their identity and give them a crisis until they just give up and agree with us.
That's what they do. Yeah, that seems to be working, right? No, I don't even bother talking to him anymore at this point. Like, what value is there to extract? There's no new ideas. There's no actual usefulness to them. It's going to be talking past each other and then getting called racist half the time. I don't want to deal with leftists because they aren't smart. They say they are, but they're not. They're purely emotional. They're overqualified. They're given qualifications they don't deserve, and they're very agreeable, but only to the in-group. The out-group, they can dehumanize you and just they don't want to hurt you because you're a fascist. They call you a
Jordan Peterson post about the left eating their own.
Yeah, I forget, but they don't call you they don't want to hurt you because you're a fascist. They want to call you a fascist so they can hurt you. That's how it's always been. So yeah, I'm kind of stick to the back teeth of leftists. So if anyone's left wing and you get banned in my chat or in my comment section, it's because I don't care about your opinion or what you think. You offer nothing. You come in, you vent, and then you dip, trying to ratio and all that. It's tiring. I don't have the energy to engage with aggressive foolishness. There is no logic there, and I'm sick of it. Centrists, you can stay. You can keep living in that delusion for as long as you like, but I'll try to pull you out of it. The left, your lost cause.
Imperialist system that exists. So go ahead and keep burning the disgusting, blood-stained,
We like
genocidal.
our Asmongold's, LOL.
Yeah, I don't mind Asmongold. Shoe on Head's fine too. I just don't think that her politics are good. But hey, I can at least I get the feeling I can at least talk to her. My goodness. But people like this, they just disengage. Don't even bother with them. They're not worth it.
Shitty United States flag that was created by slave owners. I could give two shits, but also make sure you're doing your part to dismantle all of the systems that make all of these atrocities in the world possible. Okay, thank you, and free Palestine.
You know,
Talking about slave owners and then advocating for Palestine. Okay. People really...
Buzzwords the person.
I know. This is what critical literacy does. Can we please just...
I didn't hear anything about what she was actually...
Nothing useful. That's why I said it. Can we just close all the schools forever? Shutter them? Because this is clearly not working. If that's what the school system's producing, if that's what college is producing, oh man, we're cooked. We're cooked. I don't even know like how you can push back against this level of stupidity. Like it's insistence on ignorance. It's that bad.
That slavery is still practiced in Islamic countries, right? Slave
woman in Afghanistan and you don't wear the
It's
hijab.
Nick. Hi, Nick Shirley.
She's not kidding.
Yeah.
There was a girl who was killed by her father and brothers for taking off her hijab and for acting too Western in a Western country. But if you hate America, then go somewhere else. No one's stopping you. Now, free speech is a protection that you have from the government, but that doesn't mean we can't find other ways to make it very uncomfortable to be a person who is wishing for the downfall of America. Like I said, you aren't mad enough. These people are why you can't afford a house. They are why your groceries keep going up. They are why you can't find a good job anymore or afford to spend time with your kids or raise them in an area that isn't full of criminals. And also, listen to her wording. This girl is saying that she wants you dead. That's what bring down America means. And we have seen direct evidence of that every time there is an assassination attempt or a successful one. It's also these same people who consistently shit on America and follow that with, by the way, we should let infinite illegals in and allow them to prey on our tax dollars. So you know all those social systems that you paid into? Yeah, you aren't getting any of that money because it was given to a bunch.
Yeah, true. At this rate, we need to just cut off welfare altogether. I'm all for that. Zero welfare. Tax dollars only go to roads and military at this point. I think I've said this so many times, but I'm so tired. So tired. Military spending, logistical spending, nothing else, please. Can we stop? Can we just stop, please? No more immigration. This is the left. They ruin all things that are even usable at this point. They push too close to the sun, and now they're reaping the rewards of their efforts, and they're convincing themselves that it's a good thing. We are doomed.
Bunch of foreign invaders. Case in point, look at this chart made by the Center for Immigration Studies, where they took welfare stats from the U.S. Census Bureau. The highest group receiving welfare by percentage comes from households that were headed by illegal aliens. You might be wondering how illegals are getting welfare in the first place, and the answer to that is anchor babies.
Yep.
I'm gonna sing the doom song now. Doom, doom.
Yeah. The left can no longer be allowed to hold power because they've proven they can't hold it responsibly. I think it's time we audit all Democrats. Start there and then go after the rhinos. Oh my word. If you voted for a Democrat, I don't think you should ever be allowed to vote again. That'd be the litmus test. I don't know how to fix this. The issues are just so widespread. People are that foolish, that insistent on their ignorance that they would actively choose their own demise than seek solutions to the problem. They like to pretend the problem isn't even there. Okay.
It's time to end birthright citizenship for children of non-citizens. The second highest category is legal immigrants. The next question should be,
why are we letting immigrants on welfare?
Is either non-existent or ignored by them.
It's delusion at this point. I'm starting to think. I also believe that if you're an immigrant on welfare, you need to go, like, out of the country. Go away. Your welfare should be a plane ticket home. Because
I agree.
Under no circumstances, like, okay, can we make it to where welfare you have to at least be a citizen to get? Can we just start there? This is ridiculous.
Why in the hell aren't these people being deported? People who immigrate to become a burden on the system should be kicked out. Or at the very least, they should be legally barred from receiving welfare. Because it's not just like a small percentage of foreigners, and it's already bad enough when born and raised U.S. citizens get hooked on welfare. People should be outraged by these numbers. Foreigners are the highest recipients of welfare by percentage by a significant margin in every category. This is straight up theft. Kick all of these flunkies out. Not only is your blood, sweat, and hard-earned money being given to people who are a net negative on the system, and to people who don't even pay into it, but also these newcomers are constantly being used to flood out natural-born Americans and erase our culture. Now, allow me to take a nuanced break and say that I don't think every immigrant is bad. I actually love immigration when immigrants assimilate and are respectful.
I want to believe that, I do. But unfortunately, reality and ideals rarely line up. And from what I've seen, the only immigrants
how they learn how to get on welfare?
Probably leftist NGOs and stuff. I don't even know. Do you know? Because I have no idea.
They tell them when they get here.
Yeah, nope, that's bad.
Cartels also inform them.
Yeah, okay. Quick fix to that. Welfare is for citizens only. Full citizens only. Not even naturalized. You have to be born here. Otherwise, no welfare for you. Oh, no anchor babies either. Birthright citizenship was stupid. Yeah, makes sense. America's constantly getting scammed these days. My goodness. My goodness. If this doesn't make you mad, I don't know what will. It just makes me tired. I'm so tired. You got all these people come into the country just to get on benefits. Now, as far as his immigration point, there's really only one subset of immigrants that tends to assimilate universally well, and that's people who got married to an American national. They assimilate the best. Kind of like the war bride situation. I'm okay with those. I actually want to get rid of H-1Bs and all forms of like economic migration and only allow family reunification for direct household only. So by that I mean like husband, wife, kids, nothing else.
I think religious Christian migration is fine.
To some extent, yeah, but honestly, I just don't want to see much migration at all. I think it's well overdone at this point. Maybe pause all migration for a decade or so, and then slowly reintroduce what works. Otherwise, this is just not. It's not going to end well. This unfettered migration has been going on for way too long. It's caused demographic shifts and cultural shifts that really are incompatible with a lot of itself. So it's causing civil strife. It's lowering social trust. So why should we keep doing it? I don't know. I just, like I said, I'm tired. I'm so tired. Tax dollars going to people who didn't even want to try to contribute to the system. Okay.
Immigration's a part of the reason why America is great, because when you have proper immigration, you can swipe all the good ideas that other countries have and use them to fix problems that your country has. Like, how about we bring some Japanese people over here and get them to tell us how to have low crime rates like Japan has? So I think immigration done properly is great. What I'm tired of is all the...
I do love how Japan's solution to the Islam cemetery is to go back to your home country. They don't have space in the burial grounds. I don't know if they realize that. There's just not enough land for cemeteries. I think cremation is the standard in Japan, right? And apparently that's haram? I don't know.
Dude, Japan put a lot of the refugees into a jail, basically, Hillel.
Wow.
And yes, cremation is standard here.
Yeah, makes sense to me. I have no idea if it's like an Islam thing where they get upset about only having cremation available, but I don't know. Because when you don't have the space to bury bodies, what's a good space saver? Cremation. Moving on.
Grateful welfare flunkies are people who constantly complain about how bad America is.
Do you know what is Islamophobic? These grocery stores. Because why is it?
Islamophobia isn't real.
Dust to dust.
Yeah, dust to dust, ashes to ashes. Islamophobia is not real. It's not. There's no such thing. Because it's not an intrinsic characteristic. You can dislike a religion. People dislike Christianity all the time.
It's not irrational.
Yeah. It's a disdain. There's no such thing as Islamophobia. Show me in any crime statistics in the US where a hate crime has been committed against a Muslim. Any of them. Please. Within the last, let's say, 20 years. I don't think you'll find one.
It's not a phobia because it's rational to fear Islam.
If you're not a Muslim, yeah. It's an identity shielding tactic. That's all it is. People like to integrate unobservable traits as a part of their identity, which really defeats the purpose of identity. There's traits and characteristics. The traits are intrinsic. That should be your identity. Characteristics would be like what you did and what you choose. I want this identity culture gone, please. I want it to go away. I want identity to disappear. This is getting so out of hand.
The chicken and the turkey, like frozen foods, are more expensive than the pork frozen foods. Like, that's Islamophobic, bro. And
how is that Islamic?
The price for the bulk.
It could just be that pork's more readily available. Supply and demand. Learn economics. My word.
Pork is the price for the small single-serve chicken, whatever, turkey. That is Islamophobic.
Then leave. Get out. There are plenty of Islamic countries that would be perfect for you.
So sick of these people that immigrate to our country and decide to shit on this great country when they've been afforded the opportunity to have a much better life.
I'm gonna stop pausing the video every time you chime in after, just so you know. I can't keep pausing every time. But yeah, no, this guy is speaking hard truth.
From their native country, when you compare the two, how bad does your shithole country have to be that you uproot all of the traditions, the languages, and the customs. You leave all of that behind to come to a country that none of that stuff exists. How bad has your country have to be, and how good does our country have to be that you would leave all of that behind?
Right. It's not a problem when these assholes trash America, but if we ever point out that maybe the countries they're fleeing from or refusing to migrate back to aren't the greatest places, then we're the bad people. Now you're an ist or a phobe. And if you're asking why they don't go to the Islamic countries, well, the answer to that is because they would be treated like shit there, and they wouldn't get all the handouts that our government kindly allows them to steal from the taxpayers. Which brings us to the biggest canary in the coal mine, Minnesota, a state so corrupt and so full of fraud that they literally changed the state flag to something that looks incredibly similar to the Somali flag.
Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Yeah.
Minnesota.
Yeah. I'm starting to think that I don't even know if deportation would fix this at this point. Dave's Volt. That will fix it. Dave's Volt, brother. We will retake Minnesota.
Because the old flag was racist or some other bullshit lie.
All right, ready. Whoa, wait a minute.
Crusades.
There, that's better.
Why am I looking at this retard? Oh my word, look at that face. You can't tell me that this man is not retarded. Look at his face. Yay, yum yum yum, so happy. I hope he gets arrested.
Minnesota is the flagship state for Somalians. That's why they're doing this.
Somalia is a war-torn Sharia law, radical Islamic shithole of people murdering each other and raping each other.
Minnesota is also the same state where the DHS did an investigation and found that 50% of the migrants in Minneapolis are residing there illegally and are committing various forms of fraud to stay in the U.S.
Yeah, that's bad. Oh, 50% in St. Paul. It's not even... Okay, Minneapolis, St. Paul. 50% had committed immigration fraud. Why are they still here? We need to make it as easy as possible to deport people as fast as possible. Like, I'm saying, like, 1 or 2 hours. Yeah, this is unacceptable. 2 hours, that's how long it should take to deport someone.
We went to Carmel Mall. That's really the heart of the Somali community here in Minneapolis. It is normally bustling. There are people everywhere, and it was virtually empty.
A lot of people haven't been leaving their home for work or making a living, so it's very unfortunate and very sad.
Gee, I wonder why everyone in the mall would disappear the minute that ICE starts investigating. Could it be that none of them are in the country legally? I mean, this shouldn't be that hard to figure out considering how few of these people speak English.
Oh, but that's pattern recognition, which is whatever racism is. Yeah, pattern recognition is racism, apparently. Just kick them out. Just kick them out. Kick them all out. I want them gone. No more. No more. Why are we even taking Somali refugees? Why?
I like puzzles. I mean, pattern recognition.
Okay. Okay.
What's it like being a Muslim here in the United States?
I'm not speaking English. Only one Somali language.
What does it mean to you to be a part of Islam?
I don't know. I'm not speaking English very well.
How are you? Do any of you speak English? English? Speak English?
English, no.
No. 5 years. 5 years is more than enough time to learn English, and if you can't speak more than like 2 sentences after 5 years, you should be deported. America is not a charity. By the way, how many countries are there that are full of followers of Islam doing nothing to assimilate or contribute to the system? Europe is full of refugees, and the government is so corrupt there that you can't even say we like bacon without the cops arresting you in England.
Yeah. No. England is gone. Something needs to be done about that, but I don't know what. Keir Starmer is such a useless idiot. What is there to say for England other than, like, rip, I guess?
Great Britanniscan.
Yeah. I mean, it's so cooked. I don't even know what to say for it. Get arrested for saying I like bacon? There's someone who was like arrested for being too visibly Jewish? Come on. This needs to... The West has fallen, and I don't know what to do. I really don't know what to do.
Circumcision, half off.
Moving on.
The result is that you get a bunch of Muslim extremists threatening jihad against you, or they're stealing all of your country's resources through social services and fraud. And let me just be clear on the social services end. Here's a study that was done by the Netherlands where they track who are the biggest net contributors to the system, and page 21 comes with this colorful graph that shows who is a benefit and who is a burden. You see that country there on the right side of Africa? That's Somalia. Notice how they are in the red, which means they are a huge burden on the system.
Wow.
In fact, I just so happen to notice that basically all the red countries which cost society the most are countries that are big on Islam, and basically all the blue countries are primary white Western countries and Japan. Wait, they actually just say it directly on page 39 that it's the Muslims who are the biggest financial burden. You want to know why no one cares about being called an Isterophobe anymore? It's because of this shit. The negative contribution is especially large for asylum seekers from Africa and the Middle East. And just in case you weren't mad enough, speaking of Minnesota, Nick Shirley did some investigative journalism and uncovered over $100 million of fraud through fake daycare centers, fake transportation services, and fake medical care providers that are charging the government tons of money for services that were never rendered.
And so, for example, there's a child care not far from here in Minneapolis that has two child cares listed at the same address. And together, they're licensed supposedly for
no owner listed with the state of Minnesota. How does it get
120 children? I have never seen a single child there ever, and I've been by that place at least 100 times.
How much money have these child care centers received?
In 2020, one of them received $1.3 million. In 2021, they got $987,000. In 2022, they got $714,000. And then the other one, $1.604 million in fiscal year 2025. Between the two of these child care centers, they're pulling in about $3 million a year. And there are no children. Every facility that you go to, the windows will be blocked out so you can't see in. There's nobody here. You won't see a single child at any of these facilities.
They're open 7 days a week, 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. it says here on their sign, yet there's absolutely nobody here. It seems like business isn't even open right now, and it's a weekday.
Every single Somalian involved in this scam should be deported back to the worst part of their country, and there should be a full immigration ban on people coming from Somalia.
Yep.
Also, every government official enabling this scam should be charged with treason and forced to serve 10 plus years in prison or worse.
10 plus years? I mean, it might as well be a life sentence for a lot of these politicians at this point with how old they are. I'm thinking they should be fined out of generational wealth. Like, that much money fined on their personal accounts. Fine them for, a set percentage of their net worth. My goodness.
I guarantee you this isn't the only scam. America is probably rampant with this type of fraud. Here's a really ironic tweet from Tim Walz. But this is billions of dollars of your money and your hard work that they are just outright stealing, and they keep doing it because no one strikes fear into their eyes by punishing them for it. We need to demand that these people pay for what they have done and not give up until justice has actually been served.
We need to claw back everything. Go after every beneficiary that, make them in debt to the U.S., basically, because of how ridiculous this fraud is. It needs to stop.
You know how people won't stop bringing up that Hassan Piker is an animal abuser? This is the kind of energy that we should have towards this stuff. These people should not be able to get away with likely a multi-billion-dollar scam because the internet got bored after 2 weeks. Because what I hate the most is how people have this defeatist black pill attitude and say nothing can be done when there's absolutely a ton of stuff that can be done about this. We can bring them.
I don't want to be that guy. It's like, there's a lot that can be done, but will it be done? I mean, bureaucracy is designed to protect itself. Meaning, if it does something corrupt and stupid, and you call it out, the bureaucracy is not going to self-correct. You have to use external forces. Whether that's a internal investigation or government power from the opposite direction, the issue really comes down to having what you need to do it. I think, to me, if your society has bureaucracy, you've basically found black mold in the building. It's insidious, it's creeping, and it destroys everything. You have to do something about it fast, otherwise it dooms whatever structure it's in. And right now, I mean, Congress is basically just a giant petri dish of black mold. There's so little worth salvaging. I mean, it's going to be better to just kind of build your own little sub community and endure, because this system's not going to last much longer unless some major changes happen. And unfortunately, we have a lot of retards that could vote. So yeah, I don't expect this video to do well. So I mean, if anyone made it this far, hey, I am very tired.
America back to a place where it's great. First and foremost, if you don't like radical Islam, then have kids. Having a family is the most fulfilling thing a person can do. Second,
Lord, help us all.
For real. He's right though about having kids. That'll help a lot.
The best weapon we have is specific information. Instead of saying they are doing this, we need to know specifically who the bad behavior is coming from so we can correct it. So stop giving a shit if people call you racist or Islamophobic when you point out bad behavior. Why would you care about offending?
I need him to be really careful here because see, I don't like collective guilt or collective punishment. I don't believe it's useful, nor is it Christian. Let not the sins of the father fall upon the son, and let not the sins of the son fall upon the father. I will say that if you're saying there's a lot of fraud coming from the Somali community, I don't think that's necessarily racist. That's just pointing out where it's coming from. But whenever you start getting into like those of the chosen people, shall we say, that's when things get dicey, because I don't believe the chosen people are all some sort of members of some secret conspiracy. I'll grant NGOs, specific individuals, hacks, all that. Sure, we can discuss that, but don't say it's all of these given group. You know what I mean? You're saying, oh, this is coming from this group. Well, okay, now we can examine it, but don't paint with too broad strokes. Otherwise, you're going to lose the normies.
Someone who wants you dead for
It's
having
optics.
different beliefs. Last, either be an investigative journalist
principle.
or support investigative journalists financially, or by sending them information they can use to expose a scandal. A huge part of the problem is that we don't know who to throw in jail or what specific things are causing the problems that we're facing. We know the money is gone, but why specifically is the money gone? Oh, it's because Somalians are stealing it. Well, okay, send over ICE to go deport them and arrest and charge any Americans who are involved in the scam. Now we can develop a plan of action, and it is through the successful execution of many plans of action that things in this country will get better. Anyway, thanks for watching. Follow me on Twitter, and I'll see you in the next video.
I want him to be right about being able to actually do something. I really do. But unfortunately, like I said, it takes political willpower that's just not there. It's just not there. Most Republicans wouldn't even try. A lot of Republicans don't even want to try to deport all people in the country legally. Yeah, good video. But yeah, I want to be optimistic, but I can't. I see the left as too deeply ingrained to save the system. Anyway, check out Think Before You Sleep. He makes great stuff. If you made it this far, drop like the melting smiley face emoji. That'd be a good way for me to know who made it to the end. And thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, I guess. I don't know. I think I just got really, really tired and upset through this one. Bye-bye.
Bye, YouTube.